Good morning and welcome back to Jersey Yogalicious. My name is Kat and I am a Nesta Sport Yoga certified instructor. And today I just want to welcome everyone for a happy Thanksgiving week. And I do thank you for joining us. If you'd like to learn more about yoga or about exercise and the yogic philosophy, please bookmark us at our blog, which is jerseyyogalicious.wordpress.com. And you can also find me on YouTube, Kathleen Wendorf, Wendorf. I have a YouTube channel with all of our series on there and links to the blog. And please, I do hope you join us. We've been working on an exciting series this fall, and this is The Awakening of the Heart. And I took a little break this month and I was traveling, and I went to 5 countries and 2 islands, and I will be posting a nice video shortly for you. I just have to get through some editing on that, and I have so much footage. I don't want to miss, I'm going to have to compact it for you, obviously, to make it a small video. So I will work on that for you. But I am back, and I do want to thank everyone who had inquired about my trip. Sorry, I had a really lousy connection in Colombia. So I was hit and miss with the Wi-Fi. I did try to reach back to some of you, and then I got the rest of you when I came back. So thank you. It was a good trip, and it looks like we came back safely, just in time before all this horrible stuff started over there in France. And actually, my husband's niece is over there, and anyhow, it's just a sad situation in general with this what's going on. But the other thing is we can't buy into the ISIS people, and we can't get involved in that, and we can't be on social media posting stuff, and we just can't. Ignorance is bliss, I guess is what I'm going to say on that. We just have to be safe, and we have to be strong and confident, because that's what I teach you, and I wouldn't teach it if I didn't believe it myself. So what we're going to do today is, when we were in the Awakening series, we were talking about how I identify myself. And I found a great article in Yoga Journal. It was actually published 4 years ago, and they had talked about it again recently. And what caught my eye is one of the girls from the orphanage. She always says, I want to live well like you. And the top of the category was live well wisdom. And I thought of her, and I looked, I said, I'm going to read this article. And then I was like, I've read this before, and it was published 4 years ago. So they had resurfaced it. And you know why? It's really good. And it's something that I think we all need to be reminded of. And it's part of the Awakening series as well, as how do I identify myself? We just went over this. So it's just kind of, things are put in your path for a reason. We talk about Avidya. And the effect of Avita is to suppress the real nature of things and present something else in its place. That's how do I identify myself? I am this, I am that. Or, hi, I am Kathy. How do we identify who we are, the essence of truly who we are? And the article is How to Be Your True Self. And it talks about Lauren, who's a Los Angeles yoga teacher. And she slipped in a lunge, and she hurt and twisted her ankle. And she just went through the pain and finished up her class as nothing was, she didn't want anyone to know. And she went to the doctor a few days later, and he said, can't work for a month. You've done a number on your ankle. And right away, her whole world came crashing down, because she identified herself as a yoga teacher. But not only that, it was her source of income. You might remember last November, I fell, and it wasn't during class, I just fell. And the same thing happened to me. I became disoriented in who I was, because, wow, what am I going to do now? I can't do the one thing I love. I can't practice. I can't teach. All these thoughts came over my head, and why did this happen? And you start picking apart yourself. Well, the truth was I had to work through it. And once I worked through it, I realized I was still able to teach. I was just going to teach on a different level. I was going to get into meditation. I was going to go inward. So my physical ability was limited, but my capacity was so much greater than that. And I have to say, it was rewarding to go through that crisis, as they identify. Lauren goes through the crisis in the article. because going through that crisis was a chance for awakening of potential beyond what I could imagine. My ability to learn and my ability to understand and my ability to share that and share my life lesson. So very important stuff. The other part of this article talks about a guy, George. George has a different issue. His wife told him she's involved with another man and she wants an open marriage. Right away, George feels shocked, abandoned, and insecure, which leads him to thoughts like, I'm not good at relationships, I'm not lovable. Essentially, he feels the same disorientation that Lauren does. I don't know who I am when the person I love doesn't want me, he says. Well, Lauren says, well, I don't know who I am when I can't teach yoga. I don't know who I am. Both these people have suffered a wound to their sense of self. And the psychologist might say that the external blow cracked open some of the fissures in the fabric of their identity, bringing up feelings that probably stem from their childhoods. But from a yogic point of view, this feeling of groundlessness is actually an invitation to each of them to look seriously at the question, who do I think I am? So deeper than the trauma itself, deeper than even the memories that might be contributing to their feeling of this derailment, Lauren and George both suffer from the misunderstanding that we call in yogic texts Avidya. Uh, in the Patanjali Sutras, they talk about Avidya, and if you explore the sutra, you can find that there's 4 different clues in which we have perceptions for the reality. Avidya is the prefix A is a negative, first of all. It's to mistake who I am, who I think I am, for the true self. So to remove the A, then we are living with Vita, okay? We are able to have a sense of who we are. I had a lot of time to reflect when I was injured, and I'm sure Lauren had a lot of time to reflect when she couldn't teach, and George had a lot of time to reflect when his wife was having her open fling. Um, and we learn about ignorance. We learn about what identifies us, who we are. And that's pretty much, this is a long article, it's probably 6 pages, so I'm just getting to the meat and bones for you. I've already read it 4 years ago, I'm reading it now. Mistaking the impure for the pure. So we have to dig deeper. The one thing that you might recognize is, say in the winter, it's cold out, right? You know, even if you're in Florida, we're down to 49 degrees. So for us, that's like panic, right? So you get up in the morning and what do? You look out the window and it's just dreary, right? And or the floor's cold, or the wind's blowing, or in the north it's snowing, it's raining. You know what your day and traffic's going to be like driving to and from. So right away, these thoughts go through your mind. What? You don't want to get out of bed, right? You don't want to put your foot onto the cold floor to get to the bathroom. You know you have to, but you don't want to. But when you start like waking up with that sense of, oh, here we go again, the bah humbug of the winter blah, which you have to be careful with. So what you want to do is you want to redirect that. You want to take nice yogic belly breath and you want to think of a happy thought. Maybe it's the spring. Maybe it's the snow melting. Yeah, that snow's gonna melt. So the snow's melting. It's the first sign of spring. Maybe it's a pretty fall day. I happen to love fall, so that's one thing I think of sometimes in the fall, and the crisp sound of the leaves, or the ocean. That's my other favorite. And so whatever it is, maybe it's the warmth of the sun on your skin. For me, that's really a big thing. The warmth of the sun on my skin. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I'm going through a lot with it since I fell a year ago. Starting a new treatment in January. So you have to wake up with a positive approach, that something good and positive to get you motivated, to get you out of bed, to redirect your train up here. Because when you do that, now you've started identifying with your true self and your day. You've planned your day. If you get up with, I don't want to get out of bed, now you've identified your day that way. And that just sets everything in motion. not just for you, for the people that are close to you, around you. And you have to think of that. You have to take, it's not about me, okay? What about all those people around me? I'm passing that on to them. So, something to think about. And when we talk about Avita and the negative A, just remember, as like when things happen to you, when circumstance happens, when crisis happens, none of these feelings that you're feeling are you. Don't identify with the pain, the suffering, the momentary displacement. These things are just passing through. You are much stronger than that. You have a whole beautiful person inside that you need to find and nurture and understand. And once you do, then your compassion will come through you, and then you're going to radiate that, not just to the people around you, but to other areas of your life where you didn't even think possible. And you're going to find yourself reaching out and doing things that you might not have done otherwise. And I'm just really grateful. I'm grateful to be here, to be on this earth, to be healthy, to breathe fresh air every moment that I will breathe, and just to be surrounded with people that I love and that love me. And I just have so much to be grateful for. And I just want to thank each and every one of you and just let you know that I'm here for you. I'll answer all of your questions. Please continue to reach out to me, and enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. Be safe, and remember what I said about finding your true self. And please continue with us as we go through the winter. We're going to go through the entire Awakening of the Heart series, and also the Booty Boot Camp that we've been working on. We'll put some more of those videos up, and of course the Cartagena and the other islands that we went to and the other countries. I'll put that video up for you as well, so you can see all the beautiful people, the people of Cartagena, how they love each other, and they're just a happy community. So I want to share that with the yoga community as well. Thank you. And